Mr. Lawrie Silver!
Thank you. I own 2 books of poetry. One of the books is The Better Poems of Peter Paul Van Camp. I've had that book for a long time. And I know 2 poets. One of them is Peter Paul Van Camp. And the other one, many people here also know. The other poet, this young fellow here called Artie Gold.
Artie used to live like 3 doors away.
No, out the back.
Out that way, yeah.
If you stand out the back door and look up at the apartment, the trees, that's Artie's old apartment. This place was busy years ago. Dorothy was making dollar lunches so that it was packed at lunchtime.
Right here.
Chuck was booking music 7 nights a week, so the place was busy and just busy all the time. And one of the people that was here all the time was Artie Gold, who would come across from his place and sit here and write and hold court.
And drink coffee.
So here's a short bit from Artie. This was like his living room. This and the Word bookstore, which is not far from it. And this is written by, on the back of his book, written by another poet called Andre Farkas. And I think it really nails Artie here. Artie Gold wrote, and although he published only 8 books, they were just the tip of the iceberg. Artie was always writing, on his manual underwood, on the back of cigarette packs, on napkins, on the wall, on postcards to himself and to the rest of the world. He also sketched, sketches of the moment of a moment, like his poems, whose phrases and unsentimental melancholia left a permanent impression on your mind and in your heart. He and his poems made you realize that poetry, contrary to popular opinion, did matter. Artie Gold was a poet who was sure of what he was. He paid rent in Fort Poetry. He had such breadth in his poems that he could leave you breathless and wondering, how did he do that? There was a Bach-like complexity mixed with a Rube Goldberg playfulness in his poems. His poems were city flowers growing between the cracks of this concrete island at the strangest and most arresting angles. So having said all that, this is a very short little piece of writing from Artie. From the Shortstop of the Heart, 1977. I was rather surprised to learn that A. Gold was putting together a book of cat poems. For years he has fought it out with his cats. It would seem they have won. Mr. Gold, not to slander but rather lay the facts straight, has an allergy to cats. Furthermore, he talks disrespectfully to them, thinking they don't understand what he is saying. It peeves me so much to think of this I can hardly go on with my task. Obviously, cats are close to me. To talk about them, I go all giddy, roll on my back and begin to purr. I cannot understand the strange distance A. Gold is apart from his cats that allows him to sit back on his typewriter and coolly, every few months, knock out a poem about them. I shake my head, he sneezes. Lots of great stuff in here. He goes to Spain, he talks about love and life, and you can get it at the Word just down the street.
All right.